Okay, so I sat down with John, Mary, and their family, and now we're discussing risk number one. So the risk of dying. So they're both concerned about this. Okay, now so my first question to this family is going to be, okay, is to assess, right? The first step in everything is to assess. Okay, so we're gonna assess and see what this family needs, and then we're gonna make some recommendation for them. Alright, so the first question I'll ask him will be this, or I'll ask is this: Mr. John, if you were to die today, what would your family's financial needs be? Okay, what would your family be? Okay, and more specifically, here's what I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him, are you looking for temporary insurance? Okay, insurance. Or are you looking for permanent insurance? Now, obviously, Mr. John, if he's brand new to this, he's going to ask me, well, what is temporary insurance and what is permanent insurance? And so I'm going to go on and explain. I'm going to say temporary insurance. Okay, so temporary insurance will cover you. Okay, so let's think of this being the family. Okay, it will cover the family, okay, financially, because it's life insurance, okay, for a period of time. Okay, so it's going to cover them from date A, okay, from date A, okay, all the way to date B, and they decide that date, right? From date A to date B, the family is covered. Okay, so let's give an example here. So if Mr. John, says, well, let's say Mr. John says, yes, my family's need is temporary. I only want it from this date to this date. So let's say he is right now, okay, 45 years old. That's his age, 45. So he says, I want it from age 45, okay, until I retire, till age 65. And he says, after age 65, I don't need this insurance. And so his need is very temporary. He wants coverage for 20 years, right? He wants coverage for 20 years. Okay, so that's how long he wants it for, 20 years. So he wants a temporary insurance for 20 years. Now the wife, okay, objects to this. Now Mary says, no, our need is permanent. Okay, or rather she says, it's not temporary. Okay, well then as an agent you tell her, okay, well we've got another option here. Okay, the other option here is that here is your family. We can cover your family. Okay, we can give you a coverage amount, and we can cover your family from date A. Okay, so it's gonna start someday. Okay, and this could go on until John dies. Okay, until John dies. So no expiry date. Okay, when he dies, the insurance company will pay. That's it. Not temporary, so permanent, right? And so the family is now having to choose between temporary insurance and permanent insurance. Okay, and we're going to carry on the discussion from here. But so the couple points I want you guys to take from this is that when we sit down with a client, we assess the need based on what they would need today if they were to die today. Okay, what do they need? And the second thing we do is we categorize it. Is it temporary or is it permanent? Okay, well, temporary will be John's idea, right, from age 45 to 65, or could be from 45 to 50. It could be from 45 to 55. But there's a start date and there's an end date, right? We know it. Or we can have it Mary's way, where she wants permanent insurance for her family. So she wants it to start from date A, right? Could be today, could be tomorrow. She wants it to start, and then she wants the coverage to continue until John dies. okay, or if she's buying the insurance until she dies. But this permanent coverage will give you insurance until someone dies. Alright, and we're going to explore the types of life insurances that are in this category and the types of life insurances that are in this category.